Hello everybody, my name is Kenkra and welcome back to Yes Your Grace, episode 3. We're currently at week 11, let's get back into it. What is it, General?
Your Grace, a nearby river has dried up. The residents have been carrying water to their homes for a lake for days. I helped them with my horse and now they have extra water saved for a few days. I made sure they knew it was thanks to the king.
Good job, General. Good job. Lurs, who are you? You have called for me, Your Grace. Oh, well, let's first ask about the animal tooth. I have found this in my wine cellar. Can you tell me anything about it? It looks like a healthy animal. No holes or chips. I'm not sure what animal it could have come from. I'm not such of an expert in beasts. I've heard about your spices. I've heard that you have stopped supplying Branca with some resources. Spices, I believe. I suspect you've been speaking to Etten. He trades my spices with presses to get fortune dabs. Some call it Deepu Dabu. But it's most commonly known by the name of Oracle Dust. I've heard about Redovia. I can help if you aid me in return. Oracle Dust. It has medicinal uses, of course, but also recreational, highly addictive. It's particularly popular amongst priests and the like. Something about spiritual enlightenment. Makes a lot of coin, but ultimately costs people's lives. I want no part in this. Shame I'm losing sales, though. Presses? That's far away. I've heard enough. Your Grace, I urge you to help me curtail Etten's plans. Do not buy any Oracle Dust. And if you hear of anyone trying to sell dust, don't hesitate to put them in the dungeons. If anything suspicious happens, make sure I'm the first to know. If you do the right thing here, be sure that my army will stand by your side when the war begins. 200 soldiers. I can also help with 6 supplies. I heard Etten is selling dust near Kaski. The first step in the right direction would be to stop their deliveries. I will see what Lord Etten has to say about this first. Just don't let that buffoon get under your skin, Your Grace. That's all for now, Lurs. As you wish, Your Grace.
We should invite Lord Etten, Your Grace. Make sure what Lurs is saying is true before we decline Etten's alliance. You can find Etten on the Allies panel. He should be here next week if we send a pigeon immediately.
Let's do that. Let's send a pigeon. Etten, come here, Etten. If you're dealing in drugs, I don't know what I'm gonna do to you, bruv. I will put you in a dungeon. Maybe get into that drug money, who knows? I need gold after all. Pietro. Pietro.
I'm sorry for what I said last time, Your Grace. I cannot think straight sometimes. The thing is, someone is after me. But how can I find out who it is? I don't have a clue. If I tell anyone that I know, then they will know, and that is worse, right?
Imprison? No. How am I gonna imprison Pietro, my dear Pietro? How can I help you? How can I help you if you won't tell me exactly what's happening?
Your Grace, you don't understand.
Tell me what you did to make someone wants to come after you.
I saw a man and... No, that's not it. I don't know. I can't tell you, Your Grace. What if this person is listening?
Should I imprison him? No. Do not waste my time if you can't come up with a way for me to help you.
Fine, Your Grace. I really didn't mean to upset you. I'm just scared.
Don't come here again. Did I have to imprison him to save him from danger? Well, hopefully we'll find out. Sedani.
Your Grace, I hate that Lursulia has left already. She looked very pretty in her dress. She would look beautiful in any dress. I already miss her, Father. When I have a wedding, can I wear the same dress?
Of course you can, Sedani.
Mother said Lursulia sent a letter, and that she's fine. Have you already replied to her? Have you asked about Dusty?
I haven't asked her about Dusty yet.
Can you please ask Lursuli about the cat, father? Where does he sleep? What does he eat? Is he alive even?
There are more important matters to discuss with your sister.
But Dusty is just as important as anything else, father. Please, I want to know if he's alright.
I will see what I can do. Oh my god, this kid is so fucking annoying. What is wrong with this child? So entitled. Father, you promised to practice sword fighting with me, remember? Maybe we could try later today. Please. Of course, I'll see you in the gardens once I'm done in here. Your Grace, men with monsters on their banners came ravaging our village. They set our barn on fire. I wasn't long before the flames spread to other buildings. The village is still burning. Most of our supplies are already lost. Please send us some help. Oh no, here are the supplies. We'll send the general. Sorry to hear this. If I send the general, I would not be able... I'm sorry. There isn't much I can do. Gather builders. Get some help from other villages. I'm sure you can get your barn built right back up. But I suppose we can call in some favors here and there. I'm sorry, man, but I can't deal with that. What's the deal with our daughters? Wait, what? This paving stone looks like it was moved. If I could get something sharp and thin to lift it... the sword would be too thick. It needs to be something smaller. So we gotta get something for this.
Yes, father?
Are you ready? Hey, that was good.
Ha, I know.
Ouch.
Too slow. Have you heard about Sedani?
What happened?
I told her she should find a pet that can actually do something besides being disgusting. She has been leaving bait in the gardens since then. Nothing has been showing up, so I took one of the stuffed skunks from the hall and put it behind the bush. In the evening, I told her something took her bait. When she saw a huge skunk half her size, she panicked. She grabbed my sword, she could barely lift it. It was hilarious. She kept hitting that poor skunk, but it wouldn't budge.
Poor Sedani. She wouldn't hurt an animal.
Mother heard her scream. She came and ruined everything. Sedani actually cried when she found out this thing was stuffed.
Oh, Asalia.
Come on, father, you have to admit this is funny.
Only a little bit. Can't believe she would attack a skunk. She thinks she can fight because she keeps seeing you running around with your sword.
I know, she keeps pestering me to fight her.
We should end it here. I better check on Sedani. Sedani?
Your Grace?
Salia told me what happened.
Well, I just got scared and I didn't know what else to do. It was dark out there and the eyes were shining. I was worried you would be mad at me for bringing monsters to the castle. So I just took Asalia's sword. I'm sorry I ruined your stuffed animal, father. I hope you forgive me.
It was an old stuffed skunk. I was going to get rid of it anyway. You were very brave, but I don't want you running around with that sword again, alright?
Fine, I won't.
12th week. Audrey.
Your Grace, how is our investigation going?
I have found this animal tooth, but I don't know how it ended up in our castle.
I have prepared a table for you in the council chamber where you can inspect. I'm so sorry. Insect.
Jesus Christ. Inspect the items.
We should invite and question the lords. Who knows, maybe we'll be able to learn something from them. Remember that they might not always tell you the truth, Your Grace. And while we're inviting them, we should try to inform our alliances too.
Oh, Lord Etten.
Your Grace, a nobleman visiting a local village had problems with folks stealing his goods from him. He asked me to find those responsible. The search wasn't hard enough and the nobleman are grilled and he paid me all.
Why do I think he talks like that?
The nobleman was very grateful and he paid me with this gold.
Jesus Christ, I can't speak. Okay, here comes our drug dealer. Drug lord. How may I be of service, Your Grace? I have found this in my wine cellar. Can you tell me anything about it? What is an animal tooth doing in your wine cellar? Looks like someone has lost it. I'm trying to find its owner. I don't know, Eric. Probably someone who's interested in animals or creatures, shall I say. I have heard what you need those spices for. Your Grace, I can explain. Oracle dust is far from dangerous. As far as I've been told, it has medical use more than anything else. It's just an easy way to make some gold. It doesn't matter if you sell dust or not, it's going to get out to people anyway. If we're the ones selling it, then at least we're the ones profiting. You just pass it on and don't trouble yourself with the people who use it. In fact, I could really use your help in this operation. And in return, I will always be at your service. I have a location near Baltois that has some problems with the locals. Send an agent his way, and maybe he could give us a hand. Also, if anything out of the ordinary happens, then make sure I'm the first to know. We need to keep an eye on other sellers. If anyone comes selling, make sure to buy a pack or two. I'll be able to double your earnings. If you do right by me, I will be sure to do right by you. I will give you my men, gold, and supplies. Oh, so we have a dilemma. We can either drug our people and get rich, or be a honest king. I'm not going to help. I won't help. Never say never. Wait, you didn't say never. Regardless, you might still change your mind. Look, I'll throw in something extra for your efforts. Alongside 230 men, I will throw in my hounds. They're deadly and precise. The Retovians won't know what hit them. Oh, and I think I just remembered something about the night Talus died. I'd had a fair bit to drink at this stage, so everything was kind of blurry. But I did see someone in the gardens that night when I was watering the flowers. If you hadn't already, you might want to poke around in there. So you're welcome, Your Grace. You may take your leave. Your Grace.
Essence offer is very dangerous. Oh. Essence offer is very generous, Your Grace. We could certainly use his hounds and army in the battle, but as promising as trading dust sounds, it could cause problems later. If we decide to help Etten, we can be sure that Lurs will cancel his offer of an army.
I have no idea what we can do. What should I do? Should I help him and become a drug lord myself? No. Gods know what havoc this substance will cause in the future. Better not risk it. I don't want people coming to me crying that they've lost family members to this poison.
Of course, Your Grace. In that case, we should aid Lurs in stopping this nasty business. Send a journal to Kaski as soon as possible to shut down the trading site he was talking about. And if we ever come across anyone wanting to sell dust, we should imprison them for a while just to discourage further sales. Lurs will be happy to hear this, so after we have done what he asked for, we should invite him over.
Understandable. What are you holding, Sidani? What is that? Is this new pet you're handing there, Potato Head?
Your Grace, may I introduce...
I swear to God, this child is possessed, insane. I'm afraid of my own daughter. Oh no. What? Why the stabber?
Well, I wanted to name him Hansen, but that name is already taken. The other option was to call him Squisher, but it doesn't seem like that would scare off enemies. Underneath, he has a velvet yummy tummy you wish you could just stroke and squish all the day. On top, it's a whole different story. On top, he's a scary stiff stabber.
What is this all about?
Well, Father, do you know the tale of Hansen?
No.
Hansen was a hedgehog who rode on a black rooster, Your Grace. He was ugly and unwanted, but one day he helped the king find his way home. As a prize, the hedgehog asked the king to promise to give him whatever greets him first upon his return home. It turned out that the king's daughter was the first to greet him. 1 year later, the hedgehog became to claim his reward and married the princess. It was difficult for the princess to love the ugly creature Hansen was. But she learned to accept him, and once she proved her true love for him, Hansen turned into the most handsome prince with the biggest castle made out of bamboo.
This story sounds familiar. Wish life was as simple as a fairy tale.
Yes, Lady Danica always tells me this tale before bed, Father. It's a well-known story. A lot of books have different versions of it. The most popular was something about an old man with white hair killing monsters.
Wait, is this a Witcher reference?
It's very silly, but Danica likes this one a lot. See, I will turn the stabber into a prince.
A prince?
Oh, it's not for me, Father. Once the stabber is a prince, he can help me get Lolly back. I'm sure she will like him more than I will. And then she and Dusty can come back to the castle.
Very well. Keep the stabber close to you, but don't lose him. I would not imagine he would stuck like that. But whatever. And don't stab yourself.
It's not the stabber. It's the stabber. The stabber is on a mission, and he is about to stab someone.
Bro, this child. This fucking child.
At least she will be occupied.
I'm not sure if that's a good thing. Come forth, peasant. Your Grace, my village has been raided by bandits. These scum are fiercer than any others. There have been casualties. They have killed an entire family. We're counting on help from your general, Your Grace.
We should keep an eye on these bandits. Make sure Redovians are not creating further posts. They are locals. We should show them that there is no place for such behavior.
You shall get the help you need. My general will find the bandits and bring them to justice. I knew you. Thank you, Your Grace. But sometimes I sit here and I cannot hear what they say. For me, it's gibberish. But who am I to judge? I have other things to do. I'm not sure what these purple flowers are, but they are attracting a lot of bees. It turns out he is trading oracle dust and wants my help with it. Lord Lurs does not approve of the business. He thinks it's bad for people. Both of the lords have promised to lend us their armies if we help them. Really, I don't know what to think about it.
Well, do you really think that selling dust is bad for people?
If more people start using it with no regulation, we could have problems. We don't have enough resources or doctors to deal with things going wrong. But then again, it might also be that nothing bad happens.
I mean, I hear God's servants use it, so I'm sure it's fine. After the war with Radovia, if things start going wrong, we can always stop supporting Eton.
Thank you, sweetheart. I guess it's worth thinking about it.
It's fine, dear. Let me know if you need to discuss anything else.
Have a lead.
I have found some clues that might...
Oh, that's the king talking. Oops. I have found some clues that might lead us to the person who's behind Talis' death.
What have you found?
Yeah, that's all I found. Yeah, well, let's speak to Lena. She's the strongest as of now. End the week. Build that. Oh, if it isn't my boy Pietro. Lady Lena.
A pleasure to meet you, Your Grace, and my biggest condolences about Tallis, although I didn't like him at all. Anyway, Lurs has explained your situation to me. I believe I can help for something in return, of course. You see, you have something I want to give to my son. Someone, actually. I would like your daughter, Rosalia, to marry him. I believe this would greatly strengthen our relationship for years to come, and as a start, I would lend you my army. 300 fully equipped and trained soldiers, all ready to stand against Redovia. And along with the men, 4 gold and 5 supplies. So what do you say?
I will need some time to think this through.
Oh, of course, darling. Take as much as time as you like. Just remember that Redovia won't be waiting for you to get ready.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that a bit. There's no way, Asalia.
Hey, yo. You have really gone overboard this time. I know it was you. Now everything is clear. I stayed in the woods waiting for 3 weeks, but now I know.
You don't know what you're talking about. Sir, this is all just happening in your head. No one is trying to harm you. You need to calm down.
In my head? But my door was open and my cat was gone. She wouldn't have left by herself.
She's a cat, of course she would.
No, that's a lie. Wait, why am I here? I better go now. I can leave, right? What do I do? What do I do? Pajimo.
Okay, Asalia, you come. What are you doing here with this brush?
Mother made me sweep all the corridors.
Why? Why did you do this time? What did you do this time? Nothing. Tell me what you did.
Nothing, I swear.
Your mother will tell me what you did if you won't.
I had better start sweeping before she finds me.
Your Grace, I heard the wedding was a right feast. I mean, apologies for my impoliteness. My condolences to King Trellis. I'm sure he will be missed.
Thank you. I will pass them on.
My family has just moved to the capital. We have a house, but our garden isn't big enough. I can barely fit our horses. We'd like a bigger house with a big garden and a beautiful farm board. Whereas simple farmers, that's an expense we could never afford. For a king, it's probably nothing. It would only cost a fraction of what you paid for the wedding dress, Your Grace. 25 gold is all I ask.
What the fuck? Are you out of your mind? I don't have gold to waste on your new house. If you want to work for it, the castle gold is reserved for people in need. You better leave before I have my guards take you out.
So you spend that much on a dress your daughter wore once, but you can't help your people with a new house? You could buy half the villages with the gold from the dress. I'll make sure everyone knows about this.
My name is Olivia, Your Grace. I came from the forest. I'm the leader of the cult of the trees in the western woods. I know I'm probably not welcome here, but you are my last hope, Your Grace. I have asked all the neighboring villages for help, but they despise my god. In the middle of the forest we have a sacred oak, and because of all the recent rains, the area around it has flooded. A stream of water keeps running all over its roots. We have tried stopping the water, but we don't have the appropriate tools. Our people need this tree to pray to, Your Grace. Without it, they are depressed and scared. I can't bear to see them so helpless. Please, help us, Your Grace.
Are you praying to a tree?
Yes, Your Grace, it's the tree of the God of Thunder, a symbol of love and life, filled with healing powers. Nothing bad can happen to this tree, Your Grace. Please, I beg you.
Now channels available, Your Grace.
Oh God.
let's get into debt. Oh, I can't help. It's just a tree. I'm sure you can find another one. Didn't you say you come from the forest? But your grace, this isn't just normal oak. It's a holy oak. It has been chosen. You're just like the rest of them. Man, I feel bad. Your grace, a traveling merchant here. I'm selling rather exclusive wares. You're interested? Silk, perfumes, books, and decorations. Whatever your royal soul might like. Something tells me you might be interested in far more delicate merchandise, though. I have a knack for these things, am I right? I'm listening. Oh, how fantastic. Oh, he's selling dust. You see, I have something very precious here. Satisfaction for the most disillusioned pleasure seekers. Some say it's a perfect cure for when you don't feel particularly inspired. Others may use it purely for recreation. It's very good generally if you're going through a bad spell, your grace. I have 1 pack of dust for just 7 pieces of gold. If you're tempted to grab another sack, I might throw it in for only 5 gold. That'll be 2 whole packs for only 12 gold. Now, if that's not a deal worthy of your royal bottom, then I don't know what is.
I won't allow Oracle dust in Davern.
Your grace, but there's nothing wrong with selling a few bags of sugar dust. What other pleasures were you thinking about? Oracle dust? I've never heard of it.
How dare you lie to your king? My guards will take care of you at the exit.
Dear father, King Ivo greatly mourns the loss of his father. The funeral took place as soon as we arrived in Aton. Talis is so sorely missed amongst the lords and advisors. Together with King Ivo, we prayed for justice for his father. They say he's in a better place now. The journey home helped the King Ivo clear his head, and he realizes that as King of Davern, you didn't have anything to do with poisoning his father. Although you and King Ivo didn't part in the friendliest manner, King Ivo wishes to apologize for his words, but says that his advisors forced him to stand by his decision. King Ivo wishes to send you support, as his father promised, but his hands are tied until the royal trial is concluded. He counts on your quick investigation into the murder, which he believes will prove your innocence.
King Ivo, I still can't get used to that.
I suppose no one imagined Ivo taking the throne so soon.
It's good that at least he knows I didn't poison Talis.
We will still need to convince his advisors and lords. They will need to see the murderer before they supported sending their whole army to help Davern.
We will find the one responsible, I'm sure. Let's ask Lord Solia something else. Ask Lord Solia how she is, what she does with her time. Tell her everyone is missing her.
Very well, your grace. I will write her a letter. We should anticipate a reply within a couple of weeks.
Joven. You made her sweep all the corridors in the castle. This must have been serious.
Oh, Eric, she's behaving worse and worse as she grows up. She convinced one of our servants to practice sword fighting with her.
Oh gods.
It didn't end well. The servant ended up with a huge cut on his cheek. You shouldn't have let her play with swords, Eric.
I know I shouldn't have, but I feel that if I had said no, she'd still do it in secret.
I know, Eric. We need to pay more attention to her, especially now Lolly is not here.
Lady Lena came to me with a proposition.
Asalia? She's still young. Then we won't have to think about it until after the battle.
I know, I wasn't really sure what to tell her. She was offering her support in the battle, if we agree.
We need as much help as we can get, but I don't want to let Asalia go yet. I'll leave this decision up to you, sweetheart.
The first marriage went terribly. I don't want to repeat that. She's going to have to get married at some point. I know this isn't entirely fair, but I don't want her to get married to a stranger. We'll find her someone more appropriate after the battle, I'm sure.
That's a relief. It's hard to imagine losing 2 of my daughters in 1 year.
You're not losing them, they're just getting married.
I know.
I'll invite Lady Lena and let her know what my decision is. Ooh. Ooh. Wait. Does that mean a piece of paper? Oh, it appears to be some sort of letter. It has a map of the castle. It reads, "Find wine in the cellar. Mix it with 7 drops of the substance in a glass. Be seen by no one." It looks like an instruction letter to whoever poured poison in Talus's wine. It's beautifully decorated with some flowers. We usually decorate our letters, but it would be too costly. Maybe we can trace those drawings to the person who has written this.
I can't bear this place. Please let me out. I didn't know your grace disapproves of the dust. I thought it was like any other consumable product.
People get sick because of this stuff. And everyone who sells dust in Davin will be imprisoned. We'll stay here till Lord Lurso arrives. I found some clues that might lead us to the... I found this letter in the gardens. It contains instructions about pouring poison in a wine glass and a map of our castle. The letter seems to be decorated with flowers like in the olden days. How can we trace this letter to whoever wrote it? This is a very important piece of evidence, Eric. Ask a general if he knows of anyone who decorates their letters in such a manner. If he's available, he'll probably be at the wall. Okay, so we need to speak to the general. Okay, training grounds are now working. I need to speak to the general. Another message.
Your Grace, I have found the bandits. They were quite the bunch. Drinking away in the forest nearby. I let the villagers deal with them. I'm ready for our next orders.
Thank you. Let's hope this doesn't happen again. Wait for me here, I'll come back.
Your Grace?
I have found this in the gardens. It has a unique decoration. Do you recognize it?
No, Your Grace. I have never seen such elegant writing either.
Oh my god, this voice.
I can ask around to see if anyone in the village knows anything. You want me to?
Please do. Please do discreetly and don't mention it about Talus's death. We don't want anyone to find out we have a lead. Come and see me in the throne room if you find anything.
Yes, Your Grace.
You have the good work, Stan. Yes, Your Grace.
Lord Jovan, Your Grace, my condolences about Talus's death.
I've heard about Rodobia. I will help you with them. 120 men will be at your command. I'll also give you 5 gold. But only if Sir Frederick joins your ranks. I wouldn't want to upset him. Who's Sir Frederick? Battle for Brianna? You must have heard. He led the defense force, repelled an army 5 times bigger. My superior officer, I served under his banner. Although it's been many years, we keep in contact, we train together. Recent years have been easy for him, I must say. Thank you. And I'll send a pigeon right away. Not to worry, Your Grace. I'm sure Sir Frederick will help. It's just a formality. I have found this in my wine cellar. You have an extensive library, Your Grace. Don't you have a bestiary you could look at? I don't think we keep any bestiaries around. I don't either. I think someone who has personally dealt with a lot of animals would know more about this tooth. There's a very intricate decorated parchment. Do you know where it could come from? Some lords use some fancy paper to show off their wealth, but I don't know anyone who does that. Okay. Merchant.
Your Grace, I came from the top. The business was going too well, but lately I've heard some troubles. It is getting out of hand. The tavern became a great place for everyone to gather and have a good time, but some local pawners saw an opportunity to use this place to find customers. At first it was fine, but some girls looking around every now and then. Now the town has turned into a brothel. People are only visiting for the girls. Although my sales have gone through the roof, I've got to say, it attracts customers, but the pawners essentially took over my tavern, and they cause all sorts of trouble, as you can imagine. Almost every week I have to deal with disrespectful, violent men. I'm scared they will soon take over the tavern completely and leave me with nothing. On the other hand, if I kick them out, they will just relocate to another pub. I lose all my customers and will have to close down.
If you throw these people out, you'll risk having to close down your own tavern. You should try to work with them so you can both profit.
That's a good point, Your Grace, but these men are horrible. They really don't treat the women very well. I don't want to support them unless there's a way I can control the situation.
Why don't you hire your own guards?
I could, Your Grace, but they are very expensive. My sales did go up, but not nearly enough to cover full-time guards.
Our kingdom budget is very tight at the moment.
What do I do, Your Grace?
I want to help, but my resources are limited at the moment.
That's fine, Your Grace. I'll come back in 2 weeks' time.
Your Grace? One of the nearby lords has committed suicide. I believe it was Pietro. Oh no. He jumped down from a bridge into the river. Some children found him floating past the village. They got quite scared. He left this note. I'm deeply sorry. Let his family know they can count on us if they need anything. He didn't have anyone, Your Grace. Thank you for the information. It's a note from Pietro. It reads, I don't know who it was that kept following me, and I can't take living in fear anymore. I hope you're happy now that I am gone, whoever you are. That's terrible. I wish we could have helped them. What a shame. We missed the chance.
Your Grace, I come to you with a special request. To turn Stabber into a prince, I need to lift his curse. I researched more into it.
I think you're the youngest one of us who can read, Danny.
Well, I made Danica read it for me. I already love him as hard as I can. I squish and tickle his tummy all the time. But now I need to make him rich. Grace, may I please request 1 piece of gold? I'll pay it back, I promise.
A piece of gold to make the hedgehog rich. Here, 1 piece of gold. Don't lose it.
Thank you, Father. Your efforts will be not forgotten. I also need to find a black rooster with a saddle. Do you know where I could find one?
Oh, my potato head. I honestly don't know.
That's fine, my king. I shall find one myself.
Interesting. The craft will flourish. No man can stop. In the middle of the night we shall meet, where the dust spreads fastest in the sandstorm. Didn't make any sense out of it, Audrey.
I'm afraid as much as you, Your Grace, something tells me it's to do with the Oracle Dust, though. We should pass this on to either Lurs or Etten.
Yeah, let's do a carnival. Guessing it will boost my income and everything else. Lurs, you have called for me, Your Grace? I found this message. Oh, perfect. Well done, you have imprisoned Etten's dust dealers. I'm sure this will discourage others from selling. Oh, it's Baygram. Dear Eric, I hear that I'm already too late to marry your daughter. We had some struggles, but we will be ready within 14 weeks. I believe we can explore other options, and I hope that you will keep to your promise.
They know they will come to get another daughter.
14 weeks? That's too soon.
We need to gather an army. We need to make alliances and hope Iowa will help us.
14. You're awake. You gave us all a big fight indeed. 14 weeks. We need to make allies. Prepare for battle. Calm down. You're fretting worse than me.
Everything is going to be fine. We have plenty of time to prepare. The doctors say you're worrying too much. If you were wrong younger, it wouldn't be too much of a concern. But at your age, you are more prone to the effects. You need to take care of yourself. How can I do that? We have to prepare for the battle. We have no army. Yes, that we must, but you need to keep calm. Everything will be fine. Go on now. So you still have work left to do. You're right. I'd better get on with things.
Your Grace, I hope you're fine.
I'm feeling a little bit yetter. What? I'm feeling a little bit better. Did anything happen while I was gone?
No, everything's the same.
About the letter. We need to focus on gathering as many allies as possible in the next weeks. Invite lords and see how we can make alliances with them. While we are doing that, we should also focus on these evidence items for the royal trial. Question lords and see if any of these things lead us to the killer. I don't mean to cause you stress, but we only have 14 weeks.
Of course, Audrey.
I agree we shouldn't get distracted with petty matters. Let's get into it.
Invite Sir Frederick.
Your Grace? May I have your audience, please? I went to do some fishing, like I always should do, Your Grace. But as foolish as I fell asleep, yes? Stupid Stefan. I always have to mess everything up. Anyway, someone took my fishing rod, and now I have nothing. Tis the only thing I had left after my wife died. Oh, my sweet Anna. If she saw what a mess I am, she'd put me right into my place. It's all my fault, Your Grace. I only wanted me and her and the kids to have a good time, so I took everybody out on my boat, and then the storm came and it just flipped the boat upside down. I swear I didn't know, Your Grace. When I woke up on the shore, they were all gone. So I wait every day and I fish to pass time, but now I don't even have my rod. Please, Your Grace, spare the old man. If I could ask for a piece of gold, I swear I will buy a fishing rod and nothing else.
Get out. I told you not to waste my time. Next time you come here, you'll end up in our dungeons. I'm not joking.
Of course, Your Grace. I'm out of here in no time.
My guy, you literally have a cup in your hand. Deal it.
I have heard that Lena has made you a proposition. I must say it's good that you haven't agreed to it, Your Grace. But do not make the mistake, do not accept her offer. This marriage cannot happen.
Seems to me that you don't know of the curse that plagues Lena's family.
What curse?
They say that if her son does not participate in the act of marriage before his 20th spring, he will fall asleep and never wake up.
There a way to lift the spell?
There is. That's why Lena is desperately looking for someone to marry her son, to lift the bane. The problem is you can't completely get rid of it. If her son gets married, it is said that the spell will move on to the bride and she will die the following night. Are you willing to risk this?
Thank you for the warning.
You're most welcome. I will strongly reconsider Azalia's marriage arrangement, though.
I will consider your advice, be sure.
Damn. Your Grace, the gods have cursed us all. The rain just won't stop. 2 people in our community have passed away. It's because of the floods, because we didn't protect the oak. It's all your fault. Your Grace, you're angering the gods. They will come for you.
What is it that you have there?
Your Grace, I bring you a special thing of magical splendor. It's only worthy of a royal. No one else deserves this magnificent being. Your Grace, I present to you my magical cock. Oh my God. Don't let your eyes fool you. This ain't a regular cock, Your Grace. This cock has been enchanted. It can tell a lie from the truth, Your Grace. And when it senses a lie, it will voice its disapproval. I believe it would be a real asset to your throne room. It will help you lead better than any advisor. See? I'm no liar, the clock stayed quiet. How can I be sure this thing works? Try it yourself, Your Grace. Tell a lie or truth. I'm Audrey the Fourth, and it's my real birth name. See? I wasn't lying, Your Grace. So how much do you want for this thing? Only 18 gold, Your Grace. So this is a very good price for a lie detector. We don't have resources, Your Grace. I don't think we need a lie detector. Besides, I'm not keeping a cock in my throne room. Who's going to clean up his mess? Fine, Your Grace. Your loss, I'm sure someone else will gladly take him. Holding court is so much stress. Time until Redovia comes 14 weeks. Oh God. You guys haven't found out anything specific about the letter decoration from the letter, but the word has it that kings of the north usually decorate their correspondence to show off their wealth. Maybe some of our northern lords adopted this tradition. Thank you, General. If you find anything else, please do let me know. Sir Frederick. At your service, Your Grace. I'm looking for allies. Lord Joven mentioned you could help. Ah, yes, I've heard of your troubles, Your Grace. Rodovians lack proper training, but the gods know what they have at their disposal. My men, 80, 4 gold, and supplies too, will be a great boon. As a noble knight, it is my duty to help those in need. However, I cannot allow liars to taint a knight's honor. The battles for Brianna, Kildu. Under my command, the army of the two-headed bird was defeated. I have lost 3 fingers in my time. I have endured many broken bones, but Noxay, not a single scar. Even with the finest swordsmen bear scars. Many have fought and died. That Noxay, show me a single person who can confirm his accomplishments. Noxay is a deceiving liar, and I ask you to help me prove it. This fellow got well under your skin. Who is he? Noxay, the Dragon Slayer. He calls himself. He thinks he's a knight, but he's far from it. He usually travels around quite a bit, but I hear people have seen him around Davern recently. If you meet him, he'll surely tell you the same story he tells everyone. There was something about a griffin and a tree. He sets the tree on fire. The big griffin comes to save her cubs, but catches her wings on fire, drops down, and he finishes her off. It doesn't matter. It's always the same story, different details. I've heard enough. What is it that you need help with, did you say? Tell him that there's a light charge in the nearby forest. This creature is just a story, and of course it's not there. See what he says, though. If he brings you proof, then we catch him red-handed. Help me show everyone what he's really made of, and I will stand by your side in one more battle. That'll be all for now. As you please, Your Grace. Invite Noxay. So if I get Noxay, I'll get Sir Frederick and Joven at the same time. That's 200. Oh my god, that's not enough. Merchant. You should protect your tavern before they take over. I mean, this will be only you'll rebuild your business in no time, I'm sure. Good call, Your Grace, but how can I? I'm only a weak man. They have bodyguards who can take me out with one punch. Perhaps if you could send a general for a few weeks to help out. I can't send a general. General's currently away. What do I do, Your Grace? Oh my god. I'm sorry, I can't help. There's nothing I can currently do to help your situation. I hope you can resolve it by yourself. I hope so too, Your Grace. I know we have some very pressing issues now, but consider
considering last week's incident, perhaps we should think about securing an heir, Your Grace. Years are passing by and none of us are getting any younger. If you don't have a rightful heir, I will be next in line. Not a bad person, but it's likely Davin would just become a part of Atana. Rest assured, Aurelia and I are working on an heir. At this age, it's not so easy anymore. Of course, 3 daughters is already plenty, Your Grace. Let me worry about this once we have dealt with Ritobi. Your Grace, I know you probably heard. Some of the houses in our village caught on fire recently. We tried our best to save it, but our new inn was too close to other buildings. Is this the new inn I helped you build? Yes, Your Grace. I'm very sorry. There's nothing left of it now. I hope everyone in the village is alright. No one was hurt in my inn, but I don't know about the others. I hope you understand that I will no longer be contributing to the kingdom's income. Of course. Father, I was wondering if we could practice the sword fighting again. Perhaps later in the gardens? Said we could do this again, Father. Who are you? Your Grace? Yes, Father? I see you already found someone to practice with. Well, I'm not going to wait for you all day, am I? I haven't seen you before. Who are you? This is Maya. Remember when I sneaked out to the wedding party? The one you were not supposed to go to? Well, yes, anyway. That's when I met Maya. We had fun at the wedding. I thought it would be nice if she came to visit. Your Grace? See, I can never get her. Looking at you two, I think I know why Sidani wants to stab people. Is there any chance that you talked her into it? Oh, so you've heard about the stabber. Don't look at me, Sidani came up with the name. Sidani really wanted to practice with us, but to talk her out of it, we had to come up with something else she could do. You should be happy she's not running around with a real sword, Father. Who taught you to fight like this, Maya? My father is a swordsman. He showed me a few tricks. And he lets you play with swords? Maya says you need to be ready when the enemy strikes, and you never know when they will strike. That's what my father says. I can't quite place your accent. You're not from around here, are you? My parents are from Baravia. We're passing by and stopped in the capital for a couple of weeks. It's awfully far from here. Where are your parents now? They have business in the market. They left me venture around. Yes, they're traveling merchants, sort of. Maya was showing me some fancy sword tricks she learned on their journeys. Interesting, a tradesman who knows how to fight. I'd love to meet your parents one day. Tell them they have my invitation. Thank you, Your Grace. I'll pass on the invitation. They'll be surely happy to visit. My pleasure. Just don't come screaming if you cut your fingers off. Thank you, Father. We won't.
Your Grace, the situation got pretty hot. It wasn't possible to avoid bloodshed. Nonetheless, we have secured Lord Etton's dust wares.
Your Grace, it is I. Noxie the Dragon Slayer bowing low before you. Also known as Grofos the Great. Vanos the Vice. Peter the Powerful. The royal wedding was fantastic. Well, until, you know. The food was first class, but amongst all of the pleasures, I didn't have a chance to introduce myself. Who are you? I didn't quite catch that. Who are you again? But have you never heard of me? It is I, Noxie, the Dragon Slave. I killed the dragon in the Eastern Forests. Would you like to hear about my fierce battle with the foul worm, Your Grace? I'm all ears. The beast was fast. Its sharp claws could tear human skin with absurd ease. I stole into its home forest with great care and planned a path to its defeat.
The dragon's nest was at the very top of a mighty oak tree overlooking the Russian River. Clever as I am, I noticed that the nest was full of hatchlings, mucky little dragon puppies. I chopped down the tree while the big one wasn't there. The great oak creaked, groaned, and fell straight into the furious river underneath, taking the dragon's young with it. The squeak of the little dragons carried far, and so the big beast herself appeared. Was desperately trying to save her babies from the brutal current, she kept crashing into one boulder after the other. At last, she dragged her battered body onto the shore, but the weakened creature was no match for my mighty arm, and the beast was no more. After all, wit and brains come before strength and fists. Remember that, kids. I mean, Your Grace. Impressive, isn't it? After that and other adventures, of course, I traveled to Davern seeking further challenges. So I have come straight to the king. Now tell me, Your Grace, what evil creatures await me here staining your beautiful land? Hasn't mentioned the occasional basilisk or some other monster. All of these nightmares are nothing to our real problem, Redovia. Redovia? Well, I never heard of such a creature. So what is it? What does it do? Emit gas? Crush men's bones under its heavy hooves? Breathe fire? An army from behind the tall mountains. They aim to claim Davern as their own. An army? I see, well that is a hell of a challenge. I can help though. They call me the Graphos the Great for a reason. Over the years of my adventurous career I have met a lot of people. Even more owe me their lives. I will give you all I can. Soldier supplies. I will stand at your side in the battle. I reckon I can gather 180 men. And 5 supplies will also come in handy, I'm sure. And in return I ask for... Oh, absolutely nothing at all. I'm a noble, upstanding knight. I live to serve, help, and, well, be famous. Negotiating the king of Davern in a real battle. They will write fine songs about this. It looks like an animal tooth. Would you know anything about it? That is an impressive tooth. It must have been one hell of a beast. You know where such a tooth could come from? Oh, I wish I could tell you a heroic story about defeating such an imposing beast. Sadly I can't, because this tooth is not one from my collection. I don't think so anyway. I wish it was though. Can I buy it off of you? Absolutely not, no sir. I need this tooth to prove my innocence to King Ivo. Maybe after the royal trial. He gave me 180 men immediately. I cannot... This letter isn't on the final decorated parchment. Do you know where it could have gone? Oh no, I didn't receive my letters, Your Grace. I'm always traveling. Sir Frederick wanted to send to you to hunt monsters that doesn't exist. He claims your tales are nothing but lies, and this was meant to prove him right. Sir Frederick, I can't really blame him. Once a proud, shining knight, now a half-forgotten tale. Tumbling down into the void, he tries to drown his sorrows in mine. Bards and poets used to write about him, and now jealousy gnaws his guts. He can't bear someone new, young and bright, taking his spot. Poor Lorna. Thank you, Your Grace, for letting me know, just as before you can still count on me during the battle. That will be all for now. As you please, Your Grace.
Your Grace, I wanted to see you about my missing potatoes. Someone must have stolen them, and I think I know who it was. But they say only one request per visit, and it seems like I have a much bigger problem now. I come from afar, and by the time I arrived, I was very tired. I wanted to get some rest and sat on one of the fine chairs in the hall. I know I shouldn't have, but the gods have punished me already. I've sat down on some living pink cushion, it would seem. It squeaked and I jumped up right away. Then I stood up, my bottom was all covered in spikes. Not only that, but I feel very ill, weak even. I fear the chair creature has poisoned me. What can I do? Stabber. The stabber? Oh no, it sounds very serious. I'm not sure what we can do here. I think I might have something that will help. Name's Alina, Your Grace. I know about brewing potions, and I can help with magical anomalies, diseases. I dabble in wound healing also. A witch? Some may call me that, although I prefer to see myself just as a well-read Moman. At your service.
We could definitely use someone like this to help out our people, Your Grace. They would be a great addition to our roster of agents.
What do you hope to gain from this?
Of course, there's always something people want in return, right? I'm a simple woman. All I need is a roof over my head and something to eat. In return, I'm willing to lend you, your kingdom, my aid in any supernatural problems. I just want to help people.
Thank you. Welcome to our castle in that case. It's my honor, Your Grace. I will also be able to help during the battle if you need me. Sidani won't be happy about the stabber. I'd better let her know. I'll see if you have any useful books in the council chamber, Your Grace.
We would see the expenses for the witch in the weekly summary, Your Grace. We could just pay her whenever we need her. That's right. Your Grace, Pendular village has been raided. There were men dressed in red and black with a beast's head pierced by a spear on their banners. That's a Redovian army for certain, Your Grace. This means they are getting closer to us, or perhaps they're just teasing us. Teasing? People being killed, maimed, and enslaved is just teasing? Your Grace, that didn't look like an entire battalion. Must have been just a small squad. Send us your men, we can fight back. You're clearly emotional, but we have to look at the bigger picture here. If we fight them off, they will certainly get angry and fight back with more force. We want to start the battle early. And tolerating their attacks may encourage them to carry out more. Your Grace, you have to do something about this. We can't just let them trample our lands.
If I send supplies your way, at least the rest of you have survived and can move out of the village. Come close to the castle. These are difficult times. You need to stay out of sight. Don't go outside after dark and have someone patrolling the area at all times. Is that all, Your Grace? You're just told to let them do whatever they want and run away from them? That's nonsense. It's for the best, believe me. Fine, Your Grace. We'll relocate as close to the castle as possible. Your Grace, we hear of the upcoming battle. That's a perfect time for us to gain some coin and an opportunity for you to get some help. Your mercenaries, 22 skilled men at your disposal for only 16 gold. What do you say? Not this time. Not interested in your... Fine, we'll be back in 2 weeks. Maybe you will change your mind by then, or get our gold ready. Dear King of Davern, the western woods near Branca are not uninvolved in your troubles. An uncommon object can lead you to the sinner. Be quick. This letter has no seal. What do you think of this object? Whoever sent this letter must have gone to great lengths to pay a scribe to write it. This must be important. We'd better send a journal to these woods to see what the matter is. I have marked the location on the map for you, Your Grace. Well, demon child, please don't kill me.
Your Grace.
Sidani, your hedgehog has passed away.
The stabber? Oh no, this is all my fault. I shouldn't have sent him on the mission. I knew he wasn't ready. Tell me, did he complete his mission at last? His final quest?
What mission? Sidani, did you send a hedgehog on a mission?
Yes, an undercover mission. He was meant to scout the area, retrieve information, and return to me. This way, if he helped me, I would owe him a promise, like in the story, Father.
They can hardly follow any instructions.
That's why they're good. No one suspects a hedgehog.
No one else... How else was he supposed to help me? Please don't send any more hedgehogs on missions. The last one stabbed a peasant and I had to deal with it.
But I was so close to turning him into a prince.
Now Lucilia will never come back.
Well, I suppose you're right. Forgive me, Your Grace.
Nothing is as elegant, as fearless as a cat, as dusty. Next time I'll find a fiercer agent. I will train him, he will be at my command. The stabber's efforts were not in vain. Oh, Sidani, my potato head. You are way too dumb for your age. Conchalet? What is that? French? That's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. It's crazy. We're getting closer to the investigation. And we are slowly revealing the secrets of the court. I've made a lot of wrong decisions, but who gives a shit? And I'll see you guys in the next episode.